Story here by Danny Gold. Oh no, Democrats just did something horrible to Neil Gorsuch. This is bad. The Democrat Party is nothing if not cruel. They have gone and hit an all-new low with their Trump-hating with the horrible thing they did to Judge Neil Gorsuch. Today, they delayed the Supreme Court vote for Gorsuch. The 15 Democrat team, led by Chuck Schumer, are trying to force the Republicans to enact the nuclear option and force a rule change in the Senate. This would mean only a simple majority would be needed to name a Supreme Court justice and not a 60-person vote. This is just absolutely despicable. Apparently, they do not want to see a full Supreme Court and are willing to do anything possible to stop it. However, some Democrats apparently do not agree with Schumer's tactics, even though they dislike Gorsuch. Senator Patrick Leahy, a Democrat from Vermont, said, "I am not inclined to filibuster, even though I am not inclined to vote for him." This means that he would join the Republicans to get the 60 votes needed, but not the vote for his confirmation. So it looks like there is still some dignity left in the Democrats, possibly.
After careful deliberation, I have concluded that I cannot support Judge Neil Gorsuch's nomination to the Supreme Court. His nomination will have a cloture vote. He will have to earn 60 votes for confirmation. My vote will be no, and I urge my colleagues to do the same. To my Republican friends who think that if Judge Gorsuch fails to reach 60 votes, we ought to change the rules, I say if this nominee cannot earn 60 votes, a bar met by each of President Obama's nominees and George Bush's last two nominees, the answer isn't to change the rules, it's to change the nominee. This morning, I'd like to lay out the reasons why I'll be voting no on this nomination. First, Judge Gorsuch was unable to sufficiently convince me that he'd be an independent check on a president who has shown almost no restraint from executive overreach.
What a joke.
Second,
Obama was the king of executive orders.
He was unable to
and he did them in the middle of the night or on holidays when no one was looking. At least when President Trump does, he does it in front in daylight. He turns the book towards you, just like in this advertisement here. This is not part of the ad, but it's an advertisement. And that's what he does with every executive order. He spins it around and shows it to you. Not hiding it. Big difference, Chuck. You snake in the grass. If you were an animal, you would definitely be a snake that hides in the schoolyard grass.
Convinced me that he would be a mainstream justice who could rule free from the biases of politics and ideology. His career and judicial record suggest not a neutral legal mind, but someone with a deep-seated conservative ideology. He was groomed by the Federalist Society and has not shown 1 inch of difference between his views and theirs. And finally, he is someone who almost instinctively favors the powerful over the weak, corporations over working Americans. There could not be a worse time for someone with those instincts. Judge Gorsuch's opportunity to disabuse us of all these objections was in the hearing process, but he declined to answer question after question after question with any substance. Absent a real description of judicial philosophy, all we have to judge the judge on is his record.
If you think Neil Gorsuch, who many already confirmed once before unanimously, deserves a fair trial, then let the world know now by sharing this with everyone and call your senator and let him know Neil Gorsuch must be confirmed.